What's up guys? Readiness Reviews back with you again. This video will mark the 1 year anniversary of me posting videos on my YouTube channel. In honor of that 1 year anniversary, I have procured a US military surplus tray. It's pretty light there, but there's the USN stamp. I wanted to do something a little special for the 1 year video, so I think there's no better way to christen my new tray than to check out my very first MCI. Mill Combat Individual. This is beefsteak, and it has a B3 unit in there, packed by Universal Folding Box Company Incorporated, Hoboken, New Jersey. The box has probably seen better days. It's in good shape overall, but it does show signs of leakage, and this actually has a little bit of moist feel to it, which is unsettling. If you're not familiar with the MCI, it replaced the C-Ration in 1958, although these will still be commonly referred to as C-Rations. This ration is what preceded the MRE, which came out in 1980. They came in 12 different menus, packed 12 to a case, just like a modern-day MRE. Each MCI is about 1,200 calories. I actually picked this one up from MRE Mountain. They had a shipment come in several months ago, and my good buddy and fellow MRE reviewer, Smitty, actually told me about that sale, so I had to pick one up. The price of these has been exponentially increasing over the course of the past few years. With the popularity of YouTube ration reviews, the stocks of these have really dwindled down, and a lot of them have been opened up. Although in most cases, they need to be opened up because they just degrade over time. So let's go ahead and open this one up and see what we have inside. They're very easy to get into. There's nothing really holding them together besides just a little box flap. Right on top there, we have one of the little MCI style spoons. I've had MREs in the past that had these same spoons in them. This might be the culprit of our leakage going on. We have a can of Apricot Jam. This seems to have been leaking very recently though. This might have just popped open on its way to me. That's really unfortunate. There's also some really old crud on here too, so it might have leaked at some point in the past also. That was packed by Kern Foods in Los Angeles, and that is 1.5 ounces. We have our B3 unit, crackers and candy, Southern Packaging and Storage Company. The can is in perfect condition. If there's anything in this ration that will be edible, it is this, and I surely hope it is because I haven't had lunch today. Oh boy. Uh-oh. We have a very bloated can of peaches. They don't seem to have ruptured, so these are probably under pretty extreme pressure. Let's give it a little shake. Oh, there's still liquid in that. That was packed by California Canners and Growers, San Francisco, California. I'm gonna have to be very careful with this so it doesn't explode all over the place. Down in the bottom of the box here, we have another little separator, and we have our main entree. This can actually looks really good also. That's beef steak with gravy. We do have a 5 here and a 287, so maybe this is the 287th day of 1975. There's the little ingredients list if you want to see that. That was inspected by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, packed by Blue Star Foods in Iowa. 5.5 ounces. And that was all that was in the box, which means I have been had. It seems MRE Mountain has left out my accessory pack, which is one of the few things in these MCIs that you can still consume most of. That really sucks, because I wanted to try out the coffee and whatnot that was going to be included in that. That's okay though, we'll go ahead and proceed with the review. So I'm going to try to keep as many of these items as possible for display, so I'll be opening them from the bottom. I figure the first thing that I'll take a look at is this very suspect Apricot Jam. I'm going to try to wipe off some of this gunk before I mess with it. It has a very metallic smell just from the outside. So about the only way to open this can is from the top, so we'll go ahead and try out this little P38 that I have here. The contents were under pressure. Go ahead and see if we can open this thing up. Getting down to the end. P38's a lot of work. Fold that back. And it actually still looks like jam. Pretty solid looking, a lot of the moisture's left it. It's so dark. Let's give that a smell. It pretty much only smells like metal. I might try just a little bit of that, we'll see in a minute. I'm actually expecting these peaches to pretty much explode all over the place. I'm gonna poke just a tiny little hole to start with to relieve whatever pressure may be in there. I do not want that stuff in my eyes, that's for sure. I think it's pretty depressurized at this point. Let's go ahead and finish opening it up. I'm actually finding this can easier to open than the Apricot Jam was. Getting around these bent places is a challenge though. Ugh, There's a lot of liquid in there. Look at that. It's so dark too. All right, let's see if we can open this lid up. Oh no. Oh no. Look at those. They're not even completely black or anything. Pretty much all the liquid's still in there. Almost nothing has evaporated. There's some weird discoloration on the lid of the can there. Let's give it a smell. Oh my God. It just smells like straight rust. It smells like disgusting metal. Pour some of this out. Oh, it's just dark. They actually still look like peaches though. I've seen much worse. There's absolutely no way that I'm even like thinking about trying these. But for peaches from the 1970s, I don't think it gets much better looking than that. Let's take a real good up close look at these things. They still pretty much look like peaches, just really dark, disgusting peaches. That aroma is horrible. It's just filling up the room. That's all I can smell is those disgusting peaches right now. It doesn't smell like rot. It just smells like old metal. Old rusty metal is what it smells like. I'll give this beef steak a little shake. Sounds very solid in there. I cleaned off my P38 a little bit, but I don't guess it matters. I'm not going to be eating this either, probably. No sounds whatsoever with this one. I can smell this one, though. Oh, it's smelling beefy, I guess? I don't know. This is weird. If I do another MCI in the future, I'm either going to use a P51, so it's a little bit bigger, or I'm just going to use a regular little can opener, because this P38 is tough work. I think this P38 is a repro too. The original ones might have been a little better. This has a very distinct dog food smell coming off of it. Smells like a can of Alpo. I think that's cut open enough for us to pry it back a little bit. And it looks like they're in slices because there's a slice attached to the lid here. Oh no. Look at that. It's got this like disgusting white fat all over it and some kind of gross juice. Let's get a smell of that. It actually doesn't smell bad, oddly enough. I've had canned meat that smells very similar to this. Again, it does have sort of a dog food, Alpo kind of smell, but it's not too bad, really. Get these beef steaks out onto the tray here. Oh, that juice just looks wrong. Ugh. This one is just like stuck to the lid. All right, well, there's this ton of this disgusting creamy stuff on the inside. I think this is about as close to edible as you're going to get with an MCI. Like, this doesn't smell like it's rotted or gone off. It absolutely looks terrible. The inside of the can looks really good. No signs of rust or anything. All right, let's dissect a couple of these and see what they're actually looking like on the inside. So I wasn't really expecting the beef steak to be in these like little rounds, but it is. I was thinking it'd be more just one giant puck of meat. This sauce is so disturbing. Like, that doesn't look like anything that should be edible. On the ingredients, there was some tomato paste in here, and I don't really see anything that resembles tomato. It just looks like these processed beef rounds. They cut fairly easily. There's a lot of moisture to them. Even though that sauce just looks completely disgusting, I'm actually fighting myself to not take a bite of this. Like, I really want to know what it tastes like. There's a look at the inside there. It's a fairly coarse processed meat product. Has a slight tinny smell, but other than that, just smells like generic canned meat. Give it a little bit more of a chop up. It doesn't look bad. It looks like canned beef. I wouldn't call it beef steak. Like, that looks edible to me. I'm not going to try this, but just because I don't feel like dying today. But there's a chance you could eat this and not end up in the morgue. I'm just not going to be the one to try it, although I kind of want to. This P38 has pretty much had it with all that disgusting peach juice and nasty beef slop. So I'm going to use a regular can opener to open my B3 unit, because hopefully I'll actually be able to eat something inside of here. We'll pop this one open right quick. No kind of hiss or anything. That's tremendously faster and easier. Nice shiny lid there. There's a little paper separator, and it has some black gunk on it. There's our MCI crackers. Let's give those a smell. I smell something that is sort of chocolatey or candy smelling. I don't really smell the cracker though. It doesn't smell bad, so that's a good sign. Let's dump these out. Wow, the inside of that can is perfect. Look at that. Super shiny. That's going to be a great display piece there. We have a little paper protector that keeps the crackers from touching the outside of the can. Looks like we got 4 crackers. They do have some salt on the outside of them there, and they smell mainly like chocolate. Set those aside. One more little paper protector, and we have 2 discs. They're candied chocolate discs with butterscotch enriched sweet. Type 7. Style 3, Class 2. There's 2 of those. Since the included MCI spoon has been thoroughly contaminated, I'm going to switch to a early production MRE spoon, which you can see the resemblance there. They're a little bit different, but they're very similar. Let's poke around in this apricot jam a little bit to see if I think it may be edible. I'll go right for the center. It doesn't look too bad, really. It has a sweet smell, but a little bit of a metallic smell as well. What the heck? I'm just gonna give it a little taste. Hopefully I don't get botulism. Tastes like metal. Yeah, no, I'm not eating any more of that. I tried it. That little bit I tried was enough for me. It just tastes like an old, dirty can. And yeah, I'm done with that one. Let's take a look at one of these crackers. See a little bit of salt on the outside. They have these nice breathable holes, and they're really lightweight, feel really airy. Let's crack one open. Oh, they have a nice snap to them still. Let's taste a bite of that. It's absolutely perfect. Awesome. These taste great. They're dry, of course, but the salt is complimentary. They have this really great saltine flavor. They taste a lot more like a saltine cracker than a modern day Mci Cracker does. This is pretty freaking amazing. There's a 76 stamped on this can, so I'm guessing that's probably the year. I'm eating crackers from 1976 and they're perfect. That's pretty wild. They taste no different than if you went to the store and bought a pack of saltines right now today. Perfectly preserved. Now, eating just a plain cracker is a little bit boring, so I figured I'd try it with just a little bit of peanut butter. This would have been an included item in some MCIs. Of course, mine didn't have it in it. I put a lot of peanut butter on that one. Let's give that a taste. That really turns up the mouth drying out, but it's still a great combo. You can never go wrong with crackers and peanut butter anyway. Those are so good. I'm gonna save those other two for later. Let's take a look at one of these candy chocolate discs with butter crunch enriched sweet. I have a full wrapper. Pull that back. They look a little bit oxidized or bloomed. There's like little indentions on it. It left little bumps in the foil. Give that a smell. If you ever left your Easter basket for like an entire year and then come back to it for the next year and it had like that candy that had been sitting in it the whole time, that's pretty much what this smells like a cheap old Easter candy. Let's break this thing open. There's little butter crunch pieces on the inside. They don't look too bad. Nothing about this looks bad. So let's just go ahead and taste that. It's very sweet. It has a little bit of that heat-stable chocolate flavor, a slight chemical flavor, but this is also 100% edible. It's a little bit waxy. It's kind of coating the inside of my mouth with a little bit of a film, but not in a negative way. The chocolate is melting. It's getting pretty smooth and creamy. And that contrasts well with the crunchiness of those little butter crunch pieces. Well, I'm so glad I was able to eat something of this. You can see it's a fairly large meal. If you can imagine me having the accessory pack, which would have included a coffee, among other things. I'm gonna eat this whole round. This is really good, actually. Well, this is like 45-year-old chocolate, and it's absolutely perfect. Good to the last bite. There's nothing else really I can eat in here. I'm gonna enjoy these last couple crackers off screen. That was my very first Meal Combat individual eating experience, and I'm gonna say it was fairly positive. This was a super well-preserved ration. I'm really upset about missing out on that accessory pack, but it is what it is. I wanna thank everybody for watching this video. I really appreciate it, guys. It's been 1 year that I've been on YouTube, and in that time, I've made some great friends. Thanks so much for all the views and subscriptions, all the likes and comments. And I'm gonna keep on trucking and working my best to produce good content. If you like this video, please throw me a sub because we'll have more stuff like this in the future. And I'm looking forward to the next year coming. We'll catch you in the next video, guys. We'll see you then. Peace.